So this is a little scary. This is what people have been predicting for a long time. Obviously Amazon kind of already started it with their Amazon Fresh or whatever store, but this is big. This is really big. Let's take a look at it. Here's Kroger. This is from CNN. Here's Kroger's big bet to fight Amazon. Kroger wants to sell you more groceries online, and to do that, it's banking on a strategy that draws some skepticism on Wall Street. Kroger this spring is opening a $55 million, 375,000 square foot, fully automated distribution center outside Cincinnati in partnership with Ocado, the British online supermarket and warehouse specialists. It's the first of 10 such facilities that Kroger, the largest U.S. supermarket chain, plans to complete over the next 2 years. The purpose of these centers is to speed up your home delivery and curbside pickup orders. Kroger last month said it's aiming to double its digital sales, which include both home delivery and curbside pickup, to more than $20 billion by the end of 2023. So because of COVID, which obviously showed that, home delivery and curbside pickup delivery for groceries is very feasible, is very profitable, can happen. Kroger is deciding to start, take a risk and start up some of these fully automated grocery stores where you essentially would go and just pick up, do some type of curbside pickup, but there's no workers, right? There's no workers. And what are they also doing in conjunction with that? Well, let's take a look at this. This was earlier this was in February, and Kroger closes 2 California grocery stores because it refuses to give hero pay to workers. And I remember covering that. And they just ask the store, oh, you want more? You want to get paid what you're actually worth, particularly because you've been working through a pandemic. You want to get paid this hero pay? Okay, no, we're just going to close the entire store, right? And you're also closing, the grocery store for everyone who lives there, right? So now they have to find other places to get their groceries. And in a lot of, especially rural areas, sometimes that could be tens of miles away. And what they teach you in economics, right, in perfect capitalism, then someone else is just going to swoop in and build up a store, right there where they used to be, where Kroger used to be. Is that happening? No, that's not happening, because most of what they teach you in economics, especially at elite liberal institutions, is complete bullshit. So that's already starting. So that was back in February, and then this just came out the other day. I think this was yesterday. This just came out. Let me pull that up. So Kroger is also closing stores in Carrollton and Whitehall. This was April 14th. So they're starting to close these stores down, these actual stores with workers, right, who are, a lot of times those are union workers making a decent wage. They're starting to close those stores down completely and bring in fully automated stores. Now this is very scary, right? Because who is a fully automated store going to help? It's going to help, the corporations, the billionaires that own these stores. And it's going to hurt workers because, once again, you're slashing union jobs that actually pay pretty well, competitively, their union jobs paying pretty good wages with pretty good benefits. So that's the future. That's what these grocery stores are going to be doing is, 10 to 20 years from now, probably they're going to have a lot of fully automated stores with no workers. So once again, workers being squeezed out of good paying jobs. But this also probably going to have a bigger demand for, these gig economy jobs like Instacart and, Uber Eats and, all those type of jobs. So once again, you're squeezing out the market for good union jobs, and you're, turning them, repackaging them into shitty gig economy jobs that barely pay over the minimum wage per hour. Plus you have to use your own car, you have to deal with all the, the costs that come along with that, putting all those miles on your car. Like, it's bad. So, a UBI is just going to be necessary. It's going to be necessary because, you can't squeeze out all these jobs and expect people to just pick up and find work somewhere else, because there's already a shortage of jobs, especially in this economy right now. So It's scary, and I think a lot of us didn't think it was going to happen for a while, but it's starting to happen now. It's already happening. I mean, Kroger, like they were saying, is the biggest grocery chain store, I believe, in the country. So, if they're starting, they're starting the trend. There's probably going to be a lot of other stores that hop on the bandwagon, especially if it proves to be successful and profitable. So, these changes are all happening. They're all right in front of our face. And if we don't start actually putting some legislation into place to accommodate for all this job loss, right, it's just going to further increase the wealth gap. Like I said, it's further squeezing out good paying jobs. And, it's going to put a lot more people in a lot more of a desperate situation. And so, we need lawmakers to actually start, accounting for what this is, these jobs that are going to be slashed away. Now, what are they probably going to do? They're probably just going to continue to give tax breaks to these people, to these corporations, and probably going to help that process along, if we're being honest. Because that's what's happened in the past. That's what's happened with these trade deals. Just screwing over workers for decades and decades and decades. So we definitely need to be very cognizant of this. This is a story that I was shocked that it's happening this fast, but definitely not shocked that it's happening. And unless we, start taking this into account when it comes to our legislation and what we expect from legislators, then there's going to be a lot of people on their ass without a job, having to work for Uber, Instacart, which Prop 22 in California already show that they're going to be pushing legislation to ensure that they don't have to pay you benefits. They don't have to pay you as an actual worker. They can just say you're an independent contractor and then, pay you dollars, 20% of what, you're actually making them. So it's a scary sight, but, something that, we're going to have to rise up and expect and demand more from the people in Washington, because this is going to have real world effects and its negative effects on the working class.